Dear students, welcome back to a new mathematics session. In today's session, we shall discuss question number 1 to 8 from the miscellaneous exercise from the chapter Inverse Trigonometric Functions. Before start watching this video, please make sure that you have recalled all the formulas which you have learned from this chapter. Let's move on to the topic. Let's begin with question number 1. Question is, find the value of cos inverse of cos 13 pi by 6. So this question is quite familiar for us because we have done this type of questions. Directly we cannot write or we cannot use the formula cos inverse of cos x because this 13 pi by 6 is not within the range of cos inverse. So first of all, we have to convert this one to within our range. As we know that range of cos inverse is closed interval 0 comma pi. When we convert this one into degrees, it comes as closed interval 0 comma 180. Now let's check this 13 pi by 6 value in degrees. 13 pi by 6 is equal to 13 into this pi can be replaced as 180 by 6. When we cancel 6 and 180, we'll be getting 13 times, and 13 into 30, that is equal to 390 will be coming. Then clearly 390 is not belongs to closed interval 0 comma 180. So we have to change this 13 pi by 6 within our range. So let's write cos inverse of cos this 13 pi by 6 as 390. This 390 we can split as 360 plus 30. 360 plus 30. As we know that cos 360 plus theta is cos theta itself, and we have to go for the sign convention, what the sign will be. So here cos 360 plus 30 means it will come in the first quadrant. Here 0 and 360 comes here, and 360 plus 30. 360 plus 30 is 390. That means it comes in the first quadrant. First quadrant, as you know that all trigonometric functions are positive. So cos of 360 plus 30 is cos 30 we will be getting. The sign is positive. So cos inverse of cos 30. And now this 30 within this range of 0 comma 180. So we can directly apply the formula cos inverse of cos x, that is x itself, that is 30 degree here. Now we have to convert this 30 into radians, 30 into pi by 180, and here 30 and 180 can be cancelled 6 times. So we will be getting as pi by 6. So the answer is pi by 6. Here the cancellation and all I did not show here. So if you can go for mental calculation. If you feel difficulty, you can just do the calculation. Then question number 2 will be going, find the value of tan inverse of tan 7 pi by 6. Here also same thing, this 7 pi by 6 is not within our range, so tan inverse of tan x formula we cannot use here. So first of all, let's check the range of tan inverse, that is open interval minus pi by 2 and pi by 2. This is in radians. When we convert into degrees, it comes as open interval minus 90 comma plus 90. And let's check this 7 pi by 6 in degrees. 7 pi by 6 is 7 into 180 by 6. Here also 6 and 180 can be cancelled 30 times. 7 into 30 is 210. Clearly 210 is not within this range. So 210 not belongs to minus 90 comma 90. Open interval minus 90 comma 90. So we have to convert this one 7 pi by 6. So 7 pi by 6 we have calculated here as 210 in degrees. So let's write it. Then this 210 we can write as 180 plus 30. Tan of 180 plus 30. And tan of 180 plus theta is tan theta itself, and we have to go for sign convention. So 180 plus 30. 180 plus 30 means it comes in the third quadrant. Here it will be coming 210. So in the first quadrant all are positive, second quadrant sine and cosec, here third quadrant tan and cot. So tan is positive. So here tan 180 plus 30 will be getting as tan 30, positive tan 30. So tan inverse of tan 30. Now this 30 is within our range, that is open interval minus 90 comma 90, and tan inverse of tan x formula can be applied. So we will be getting as 30 degree. You have to convert this one into radians, that is 30 into pi by 180. Here also 30 and 180 can be cancelled 6 times. We'll be getting the final answer as pi by 6. Next we shall discuss question number 3. Question is, prove that 2 sin inverse 3 by 5 is equal to tan inverse 24 by 7. So here it's a little bit different way we have to do this question. So what we have to do is, first of all, we have to substitute this sine inverse 3 by 5 as A. So sine inverse 3 by 5, when we substitute A, this will be coming as 2A. And this tan inverse will be coming here on the left side, it becomes tan. So tan 2A is equal to 24 by 7 will be getting. And here what we have to do is, tan 2A formula we have to use. Tan 2A is equal to 2 tan A divided by 1 minus tan square A. That is a formula we are going to use here. So we should have a rough plan before start solving this type of questions. First of all, what we have to do is sine inverse 3 by 5 we have to substitute as A. Then left side will be coming as 2A. And when we take this tan inverse to the left side, it comes as tan 2A. So that is the way we are going to do. So first of all, let's assume A is equal to sine inverse 3 by 5. And here A is equal to sine inverse 3 by 5 means we can calculate sine A. Means when we take sine inverse to the left side, sine A is equal to, as we know the trigonometric ratio formula, sine A is opposite side by hypotenuse, that will be equal to 3 by 5. As before, let's take a right angle triangle ABC, and our angle is A because sine A is with us. So A angle is here, and opposite by hypotenuse. With respect to A, opposite side is BC. Opposite of A is BC, and hypotenuse is the longest side, that is AC. So let's mark these two measurements. Opposite side is 3 and the hypotenuse is 5. And we can go for calculating AB by using Pythagoras theorem. So AB is one of the shortest side because the longest one is AC. So AC we can be calculated root of square of this one minus square of this side. So when we calculate AB is equal to root of 5 square minus 3 square. 5 square is 25 and 3 square is 9. So 25 minus 9 is 16. Root 16 is 4. So AB we have got as 4. Then we will be going for tan A calculation because we need here tan A. 2 tan A divided by 1 minus tan square A is our formula. So we will go for calculating tan A. Tan A means the angle A is here. Tan formula is O by A, opposite side by adjacent. So with respect to this angle A, opposite side is 3, adjacent side is 4. So answer is 3 divided by 4 tan A. Then what we have to do is, we have already written the formula here. So let's substitute. Tan 2A is equal to 2 tan A, that is 2 into 3 by 4. So 2 into 3 by 4 minus 1 minus tan square A, that is 3 by 4 the whole square. Then from here onwards, a little bit of normal calculation. That is, here 2 and 4 when we cancel, we will be getting denominator 2. So that is 3 by 2 divided by 1 minus 3 square is 9, 4 square is 16. And that is equal to 3 by 2 divided by denominator 16 we can take as common LCM. 16 into 1, that is 16 minus 9. 16 minus 9 divided by 16. That is equal to 3 by 2 divided by 16 minus 9 is 7 divided by 16. So let's take the reciprocal of the denominator, that is 3 by 2 into 7 by 6 will be coming as 16 by 7 reciprocal. Here 2 and 16 we can cancel 8 times. Finally 3 into 8 will be getting as 24, denominator is 7, 24 by 7. That is tan 2A. So we have got tan 2A is equal to 24 by 7. From here we can calculate 2A is equal to, tan will go to the right side as tan inverse of 24 by 7. As we have substituted A as sine inverse 3 by 5, let's write here. So 2 into sine inverse of 3 by 5 is equal to tan inverse of 24 by 7. This is the required statement which we need to prove. Next we shall discuss question number 4. Prove that sine inverse 8 by 17 plus sine inverse 3 by 5 is equal to tan inverse 77 by 36. Here also let's make a rough plan. Just like the previous question, this will be putting as A and this will be assigned as B. So A plus B will be coming in the left side. And when we take this tan inverse to the left side, it comes as tan. So tan of A plus B will be coming. As we know the formula, tan of A plus B is equal to tan A plus tan B by 1 minus tan A tan B. By using this formula, we will prove this statement. Once again, this first part, that is sine inverse 8 by 17, we will assume as A. Sine inverse 3 by 5 we will be assuming as B. and the tan inverse will be taken to the left side and it will change as tan. Tan of a plus b will be coming. By using tan a plus b formula, we will solve this one. So let's go for substitution. A is equal to sine inverse 8 by 70. And when we take sine inverse to the left side, or we can go for another substitution also, then we will go for calculation. So sine inverse 3 by 5 we will be assuming as b. So a and b we have assumed. Now we will go for calculation. So from here, if you take sine inverse to the left side, it comes as sine a is equal to sine, normal formula is O by h, opposite side by hypotenuse, that is equal to 8 by 70. As before, let's take a right triangle ABC and our angle is A. With respect to A, opposite is BC and hypotenuse is AC. So opposite is 8, let's mark it, and the hypotenuse is 17. So AC is 17. Then we have to go for calculating AB. AB is equal to root of hypotenuse square minus altitude square, that is 17 square minus 8 square. That is equal to, when we calculate this one, we will be getting as a root of 225. Root 225 value is 15. That is AB we have got as 15. Then from here we can calculate tan A value, because we need here for substitution tan A. So tan A angle is here. With respect to A angle, O is 8 and A is 15. So O by A formula, when we substitute, tan A will be getting as 8 by 15. Now come to this side and we will be taking sine B from here. Sine inverse, when you bring to the left side, it comes as sine. Sine B is equal to, as before the formula is same, O by H. O by H is equal to 3 by 5. Consider a right angle triangle ABC. Again, here only we are fixing the angle because it is easy for us. So this angle we have fixed as B. Here A is our angle, that's why we took this one as A. Here B is our angle, so we are taking this one as B. So A will be replaced somewhere else, either here or here. Then with respect to B, opposite is AC, hypotenuse is BC. So that we will mark it, that one, as 3 and 5. Then we will go for calculating AB. AB is equal to root of 5 square minus 3 square, that is equal to root 16, and we will be getting as 4. So AB we have got as 4. Then tan A we have calculated. Now we need tan B. B is the angle, B angle is here. So tan B is equal to O by A. O by A is 3 by 4. Now all the required measurements are there with us. Let's substitute. Tan A plus tan B. Tan A is 8 by 15 plus 3 by 4. Substituted here, 1 minus 8 by 15 into 3 by 4. Again, normal calculation. Numerator 15 into 4 we can take LCM. Then 8 into 4 32. Then 15 into 3 45. And denominator also 15 into 4 LCM. 15 into 4, that is 60, into 1 is 60. 8 into 3 is 24. Divided by 15 into 4. Here both 15 into 4, numerator and denominator, can be cancelled. And then 32 plus 45, that is 77. 60 minus 24, that is 36. So we have got tan of A plus B is equal to 77 by 36. Let's write it. Then from here A plus B we can calculate. Tan we can take to the right side, that is tan inverse of 77 by 36. So let's replace A and B. A is sine inverse 8 by 17, B is sine inverse 3 by 5. So when we substitute, sine inverse 8 by 17 plus sine inverse 3 by 5 is equal to tan inverse 77 by 36. This is the statement which we need to prove. Next we shall discuss question number 5. Prove that cos inverse 4 by 5 plus cos inverse 12 by 13 is equal to cos inverse 33 by 65. So let's go for a plan here. As before, let's substitute this one as A and this one as B. So left side will be coming as A plus B, and when we take cos inverse to the left side, it comes as cos of A plus B. So let's recall the formula, cos A plus B formula, cos A cos B minus sin A sin B. So we need to calculate cos B and sin B. Then when we substitute, we will get the statement. So let's go for substitution. A is equal to cos inverse 4 by 5 and B is equal to cos inverse 12 by 13. And as before, let's take a right angle triangle and calculate the required things. So from here, cos inverse to the left side, it comes as cos A is equal to, as we know, cos formula A by H, adjacent by hypotenuse, equal to 4 by 5. Let's go for taking a right angle triangle. As before, our angle A is here. With respect to A, adjacent side is AB and hypotenuse is AC. So 4 and 5 we have marked. then we need to go for BC. BC is one of the shorter side, so minus we have to do. That means root of 5 square minus 4 square. That is BC is equal to root of 5 square minus 4 square. That is equal to root of 5 square. That is 25 minus 16. 25 minus 16 is root of 9. Root 9 is 3. So BC we have got as 3. Then we have to go for calculating cos A. Cos A we have. Now we have to go for calculating sin A. So when we calculate sin A, formula is O by H. With respect to A, O is 3, H is 5. So 3 by 5 we have got. Then come to the next part, B part. That is from here cos inverse, when you take to the left side, it comes as cos B is equal to A by H. A by H is equal to 12 by 13. Again, let's take a right angle triangle and we have fixed angle B here. With respect to B, adjacent is AB, hypotenuse is BC. So let's mark 12 and 13, and we need to calculate a shorter side, that is AC. That is root of 13 square minus 12 square. This is quite familiar for us now. So let's go for little faster. So AC is equal to root of 13 square minus 12 square. That is equal to root of 169 minus 144. That is equal to root 25 will be getting equal to 5. So AC we have got as 5. Then we have to go for calculating sin B. Because sin A we have calculated. Now sin B we need. So sin B is O by H. O is 5, H is 13. So 5 by 13 we have got. Then let's substitute in the formula. Cos A is 4 by 5. Cos B is 12 by 13. Minus sin A. Sin A is 3 by 5. Sin B is 5 by 13. So we have substituted. From here, normal calculation, that is equal to 4 into 12, 48. 5 into 13, 65. Here 5 and 5 we can cancel. Then 3 and 13 only denominator, so we'll be getting as 3 divided by 13. So when we go for taking LCM, 65 and 13, LCM is 65, and here denominator is 65, that is why 48 will be coming as it is. And when you divide 13 and 65, we'll be getting 5. That 5 you have to multiply with the numerator, that is 3 into 5. This is the way we take the LCM. Once again, 65 and 13 LCM is 65. Here denominator is same as our common denominator, nothing to multiply, 48 will be coming. Why nothing to multiply? In the sense, here 65 and here 65. When we divide, we get 1. That's why 48 into 1 is 48 coming. And here 13 and 65, when we divide, we will get 5. That 5 we have to multiply with the 3. That is 3 into 5. That is equal to 48 minus 15 divided by 65. That is equal to 48 minus 15 is 33. 33 divided by 65. That is our cos of A plus B. From here, A plus B, if you calculate, cos will be going to the right side. That is cos inverse of 33 by 65. Let's substitute A and B again. That is cos inverse of 4 by 5. That is our A. And our B is cos inverse 12 by 13. That is equal to cos inverse of 33 by 65. So this is our required statement. Move on to question number 7. Prove that tan inverse of 63 by 16 is equal to sin inverse of 5 by 13 plus cos inverse of 3 by 5. This question is similar to the previous one. So just solve this one by yourself. So do it as homework. Next we shall discuss question number 8. Prove that tan inverse 1 by 5 plus tan inverse 1 by 7 plus tan inverse 1 by 3 plus tan inverse 1 by 8 is equal to pi by 4. Left side, when you check, there are 4 tan inverse terms. So what we have to do is we have to group it into 2 pairs. This is one pair and this is another pair. And then we have to apply the formula tan inverse x plus tan inverse y. Tan inverse x plus tan inverse y is equal to tan inverse of x plus y by 1 minus xy. That formula we have to apply. Then we have to come into the required statement for proving. So this first pair we will be taking tan inverse 1 by 5 plus tan inverse 1 by 7 by using the formula tan inverse of x plus y by 1 minus xy. So this is x and this is y. 1 by 5 plus 1 by 7 divided by 1 minus 1 by 5 into 1 by 7. That is equal to tan inverse 7 into 5 35 when you take LCM. 7 into 1 7 plus 5 into 1 is 5. Denominator 7 into 5 35 into 1, that is 35 minus 1 by 35. Then you can go for common denominator cancellation and you will be getting as 7 plus 5 is 12, 35 minus 1 is 34. Here when you check 2 is common, we can cancel 6 by 17. So we will be getting the answer as tan inverse 6 by 17. We'll go to the next pair, that is tan inverse 1 by 3 plus tan inverse 1 by 8. Again, by applying the same formula, tan inverse x plus tan inverse y is equal to tan inverse, this is our x, this is our y, x plus y, 1 by 3 plus 1 by 8 by 1 minus 1 by 3 into 1 by 8. Normal calculation again, tan inverse 8 into 3, 24, LCM when we take, either you write 24 or 8 into 3, anyway the denominators will be cancelled. 8 into 1 is 8 plus 3 into 1 is 3 by 3 into 8. And the denominator here when you check, 8 into 3 24, 24 into 1 is 24, minus 1 into 1 is 1 by 24. That is equal to tan inverse of 11 by 23. Here 24 minus the common denominators 24 and 24 can be cancelled. 8 plus 3 is 11, 24 minus 1 is 23. So tan inverse of 11 by 23 we have got. Now 4 terms are reduced into 2 terms, tan inverse 6 by 17 plus tan inverse 11 by 23. So we have taken the left side statement and we have grouped into 2 pairs, and each pair we have got a single value. Let us substitute tan inverse of 6 by 17 first pair value, and tan inverse 11 by 13 second pair value. Again this is in the format tan inverse x plus tan inverse y. Use this formula one more time. That is tan inverse of x plus y. X is 6 by 17, y is 11 by 23. So 6 by 17 plus 11 by 23 by 1 minus 6 by 17 into 11 by 23. Again normal calculation. 17 into 23 is 391. 23 into 6 that is 138. 17 into 11 that is 187. By here 17 into 23 391 if you take LCM. 391 into 1 is 391 minus 6 into 11 is 66. That is equal to tan inverse of 138 plus 187, that is 325 by 391. 391 minus 66, that is 325. So 325 by 391. When you check numerator fraction and denominator fraction both are same. When we cancel we will be getting as 1. So that is equal to tan inverse of 1. So tan inverse of 1 is, this 1 we can be replaced. 1 can be replaced as tan pi by 4. Tan 45 degree value is 1. So this 1 can be written as tan inverse of tan pi by 4. Tan inverse of tan x is x itself. That is equal to pi by 4. So we have proved the statement and we have got the answer as pi by 4. That is our right hand side. Dear students, today we have discussed question number 1 to 8 from the miscellaneous exercise of chapter 2. I request all the students to go through these problems and solve independently in a sheet of paper. While solving, if you have any doubt, please note it and keep. We will discuss it during the discussion session. Thank you for watching.